Why should you listen to me? Well, I've been on my own sleep improvement journey, and yeah, this night, the latest night, was not the best, but but this one night, okay, and I have screenshots here somewhere here. This one night was one of the best nights of sleep I've had, and this puts me in a good position to show you how I got these scores of sleep. Put the video on full screen, over and out. It's 2020 and I'm in the depth of my gaming session. I'm video gaming. It's 8 p.m. and my mom forced me to log off. I hated that. But I had to listen to her. So stimulated I was forced to go to sleep, forced to log off, and I went to bed. Do you think I got good rest that night? Of course not. That didn't pay off for me. That was before understood the importance of sleep. I was sleeping like a zombie. I constantly felt the need to take naps, and these naps would stretch out to be about 2 hours. And yet, even after those 2 hours, I still felt the need to sleep. Haven't you been there? You take a long nap, long nap, and whoa, you wake up and you feel like you're in a different universe, and you don't even feel refreshed. I've been there, and in this video, I'll give you 10 actionable steps, 10 practical tips to improve your sleep. The first one is white noise. And for me, this is the game changer. This has really improved my sleep. How did it improve my sleep? White noise or brown noise. If you're like me and you live in a house with other people, most likely you'd like to wake up early in the day. And most likely you sleep the earliest. Okay, that's correct. Now, studies have shown that even the slightest of noise fully disrupts your sleep. What white noise or brown noise does is it masks all those background noises and it gives you a quiet, peaceful environment to sleep in. That's why most mothers use white noise machines. You have that on, turn it on, and trust me, all the background noises will be cancelled out. And also, when you use this every night, I've been using this every night for the past 3 months now, okay, for many nights on end. My brain has built a strong association with this sound and also good sleep. When I hear this sound, I instantly start to drift off due to the association built up in my mind. So not only does this block background noises, but I'm using it as an association. My brain has associated this with having a good night's rest, and I instantly start to drift off when I listen to this. Step 2, your light exposure. This is crucial to sleep. Very crucial to sleep. We're going to talk about blue light blockers or red tinted glasses. We're going to talk about darkening your room. We're going to talk about viewing sunlight in the morning, and we're also going to talk about the blue light filter on your phone or the night shift option on your phone. Our goal here, we have two goals here. Okay, our goal here is to make sure that our body releases melatonin at the correct time. We'll talk about that, and also adenosine. Now, melatonin is released from the pineal gland, deep within your brain, somewhere in the center. Okay, many spiritual gurus talk about the pineal gland and how we can tap into it. I'm not talking about that. We're just talking about melatonin for today. Okay, now melatonin is responsible for what? Responsible for the sleepy feeling you get. Okay, and melatonin levels are closely correlated to the amount of light in the environment. When light in the environment is low, melatonin levels, melatonin levels shoot up. So, like in a dark environment, you'd expect melatonin levels to go up. When the environment is very lit, very lit environment, like outside right now, melatonin levels are low in a normal human being. Okay. As soon as the sun sets, melatonin levels rise and rise. Okay. Now, What is the importance of morning sunlight? As soon as you wake up, it is important 30 minutes after waking up to get outside and view sunlight. This sets a timer for the release of melatonin 12 hours after that event. So 12 hours after you first view sunlight in the morning is when melatonin levels will be released. The earlier you get sunlight, the earlier this melatonin release happens and the earlier you feel sleepy. Another thing morning sunlight does, which is slightly off topic from sleep, but it also is about health, is melatonin, sunlight exposure releases a healthy cortisol spike. So cortisol is your stressor hormone, and that is important in low doses, like acutely. That is important to keep you alert. Late spikes of late spikes of cortisol. Okay, if you don't get your sunlight and you get it later on in the day, late spikes is linked with depressive symptoms. Okay, so that should already highlight the importance of morning sunlight. Okay, now let's talk about your evening routine. Okay, when the sun sets, I want you to go outside. Okay, on Apple there's a section by the weather that shows the sunrise and sunset time. Depending on your location, find out what time the sun sets. View that. I want you to go outside and look at the sun setting. Why? When the sun sets, on a biological, neurological level, okay, in the brain, basically signals to your brain, bro, it's time to sleep. Okay, it signals that. That's how important seeing the sunset is. So that further promotes the release of melatonin. Okay, then when you come home, put on your blue light blockers. Do I have mine with me? Okay, I don't have mine with me right now, but put on your blue light blockers. Okay, blue light disrupts that melatonin release. Okay, blue light, when blue light enters your eyes after the sun is set, melatonin levels are disrupted. Okay, blue light in the normal day, like before sunset, is good. Like this is all good. It's keeping me alert, it's keeping me awake, suppressing my melatonin release. But after sunset, that's when it becomes disruptive. Okay, now also you can use your devices, bro, but this is what I want you to do. Okay, you see my device right here is on grayscale. I keep it that way all the time because I'm a self-improvement autist. I'm joking, but let me show you what to do. So you go to your settings on your Apple device, search color filters. Okay, search color filters. Okay, you see right now mine is on, but just turn it. This is the normal thing. I want you to turn it on, then go to color tint, max out this, bro. Your screen should be looking red, bro. You see this, bro? Your screen should be looking red like this. That's how you know. Basically, like 90% of blue light will not be entering your eyes. This further promotes melatonin release. Okay, this further promotes melatonin release. Now, let's talk about a dark environment. When it's time to sleep, it's important that your room is completely dark, very dark. This also further promotes the release of melatonin. So you're ensuring, with all these steps that we highlighted under the light exposure section, you're ensuring that melatonin release is definite and at the right time. Okay, I want you to close your curtains. Okay, even the littlest of light, bro, say your TV or something, that small light by the button, whatever, that small light, your eyes can pick up on it even if they're closed. So if you want to go even more extreme, let me show you what you do. Put on an eye mask. Okay, put on an eye mask like this when you go to sleep. Okay, that's it about light exposure. Let's talk about step 3. Let's talk about caffeine. Okay, what does caffeine do? Caffeine is a stimulant, but it blocks adenosine receptors. A receptor is a parking spot for a neurochemical. Adenosine is a neurochemical, and It rises as the day progresses and it increases sleep pressure. So you want adenosine levels to rise throughout the day and to be you want adenosine levels to rise throughout the day and to be as high as possible before bed, along with melatonin. Adenosine is what really drives sleep pressure, okay? Now, caffeine blocks those adenosine receptors, okay? Which robs you of that sleepiness feeling. Therefore, you feel hyped, stimulated and stuff. That's good throughout the day, that's good. It also liberates the release of cortisol and adrenaline, making you even more alert. That's good. But close to bed, that is not good. Okay? Now, depending on how caffeine adapted you are, how well you tolerate caffeine and stuff, you may need 8 hours. Some of you may even need 12. The general rule of thumb that I'm recommending, okay? It also depends on how much you're taking as well. Take caffeine as early as possible, preferably 12 hours. Even do 13 hours, bro. 13 hours after 13 hours. Okay, have the 13 hours before bed so that most of it has been metabolized and it does not have much of an effect on your sleep. Okay, by following this rule, you will build up adenosine levels and it will make you feel sleepy. Now, this ties on to step 4, which is naps, late naps. What naps essentially do is they clear out some of that adenosine that will be useful later on at night when your head goes down on your pillow. Okay, it clears out that adenosine that's useful. Now, sometimes you may have a crash at 4 p.m. or something. Okay, like right now. Now it's 3:52 p.m. You may have a crash at 4 p.m. I advise you to not take a nap. Why? When you take a nap this late, okay, this late, usually naps after 4 p.m., any nap is bad, okay? Probably 10 minutes is okay, but 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40, an hour is even worse. When you take a nap after this, you rob yourself of that sleepy molecule. Remember that adenosine we spoke about? You rob yourself of that molecule that will be useful to get you into that sleepy state, that sleepy feeling, okay? So we don't do late naps. Now let's talk about step 5, which is eating and drinking. Now, I remember one, okay, let me tell you the story. Auntie buys for me some protein powder. This was back in my bodybuilder days. I'm still a bodybuilder, but I used to eat bad. I used to be dirty bulking then. So my auntie buys for me some protein powder and some pancake mix for my sister. I'm like, I've heard of protein pancakes and they're good, right? Like there's carbs, there's a bit of sugar, and there's protein, and they taste good. So I made myself like a stack of that, and I had that late, very late. I had that very late, like 9 p.m. I went to bed, fell asleep, woke up, and it was like I felt like vomiting that out. My sleep was horrible. I kept on twisting and turning, restless and stuff. And then now, as soon as the sun sets, which is about 6, sometimes 6 p.m., sometimes 4:30, around that time, I have my last meal of the day. I preferably have it just before sunset. And I also drink my last beverage that time. That is because eating heavy meals or drinking too close to bed can wreck your sleep. We all know that. Okay, we all know that. Okay, when your body is digesting a meal and you're just before bed, your sleep will not be good. Your sleep will be wrecked. So, general rule of thumb I recommend here is eat 2 to 3 hours before bed, and also if you want to go extreme, don't eat after sunset. Talk about step 6, which is about keeping your room cool. For your body to fall asleep, it needs to drop temperature about 1 to 2 degrees Celsius. For this to happen, your environment has to be conducive to that. And the best step here is to keep your room about 16 to 18 degrees Celsius. This helps you fall asleep faster and keeps you asleep longer. Step 7. Take my free focus optimization quiz. Click in the link in the description below and you'll be taken to a Google Forms page. Sign in with your Google account. I don't have your information. I just need your response. Why did I make this quiz? I made this quiz because I realized that my videos need to be much more relatable. And for me to do that, I have to engage with my audience and I have to find out your struggles, bro. That's the only way these videos will hit home. That's the only way you will get proper value if I make these videos hit home, if I make them relatable. And I have a list of questions. It's here. Okay, the quiz is somewhere here. Okay, the quiz is here. I have a list of questions and you got the options. It's a multiple choice quiz. You answer the questions and I get the answers and you get a confirmation that the answers are given so that these videos are as relatable as possible. That's step 7. It helps you sleep because when your focus is better, you work better. Okay, you work better. And when you work better, you're much more satisfied at the end of the day of the amazing work you did. Okay, if I make these videos much more relatable, that is. Now, let's go to step 8, which is an actual step, is plan your sleep time. Your sleep time is very important. The goal here, there are 2 goals. I'll tell you 2 goals, yeah? The first goal is to wake up at the same time, but go to bed when you feel sleepy. So go to bed when you feel sleepy, but wake up at the same time, non-negotiable every day. Find a time that is sustainable for you, that you can stick with the rest of your life. Don't change it. Stick to that. Even on weekends. It's a psyop. Okay, there's nothing like weekends where we can sleep in and stuff. Even on weekends, you should be waking up at the same time as you do on weekdays. Okay, now there are some good reasons for you to stay up late or to wake up late. For example, if there's a social situation or your family came over and stuff, those are all good reasons. But bad reasons are content consumption, scrolling and stuff. Maybe reading is a good reason as well, but consuming stimulation, no, that's bad. Okay, we don't want that. Okay, the general rule of thumb is to get about 80% of your life should have good sleep. Okay, now let me ask you a question. If I said, bro, you have to wake up. If I said, bro, tomorrow's a big day, you have to wake up at 6 a.m. What time would you sleep? Think about it. Just think about a question. You have to wake up at 6 a.m. What time are you sleeping? I'll give you a minute to answer. You done? I know you said 10 p.m. I know you said 10 p.m. Okay, I know you said 10 p.m. Let me tell you why that's wrong. 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., 8 hours of sleep. 8 hours of sleep. You saying you sleep at 10 p.m., you're basically saying, Ahmad, as soon as my head touches the pillow, I fall asleep immediately. I don't wake up throughout that time. That's very unreasonable. Most of us don't have 100% sleep efficiency. We more like have 80 to 85% sleep efficiency. Most of us twist and turn before we get to bed. Some of us are restless when we are sleeping. Some of us wake up to go and pee. Okay, so 8 hours of bedtime is not 8 hours of sleep. We want more like 10 hours in bed. If that's feasible for you, it's best you're gonna go to bed at like 8 a.m. to guarantee you get 8 hours. But if that's not feasible for you, go to bed. I'm just giving an example. Set aside 9 hours. Okay, set aside 9 hours, and remember that 8 hours in bed is not the same as 8 hours of sleep. Okay, set aside 9 hours, and anything less than 9 hours, bro. Anything less than 9 hours, trust me, bro. I've been there. I'll be like, yeah, I'll probably be in bed for like 8 hours 30 minutes. I wake up the next day, have 6 hours of sleep, and I feel knackered. Okay, so that's it about planning your sleep time. Let's talk about step 9. Let's talk about a sleep ritual. Now, for me, my sleep ritual is the glasses on, the white noise or brown noise, journaling and some reading, and also I do a 5-minute 4-7-8 breath work. If you want to do it with me now, if you want to copy it, sure. You inhale for 4 seconds, so hold for 7 seconds, breathe out for 8 seconds. 4-7-8. Inhale 4, hold 7, exhale 8. That scientifically is known to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest part of your nervous system, the calm side of your nervous system, which gets you better prepared for sleep. Okay, that's my ritual, and my brain has built a strong association with those habits and a good night's sleep. Okay, a good night's rest. Okay, for you, maybe brushing your teeth, whatever it is, get a list of habits, make that consistent every day before bed, and stick to it. Okay, these rituals, it's called a ritual. You build up a strong association of doing this, and this, then boom. And also, as a bonus, say the phrase, I am shutting down. I am shutting down. You may even do a mantra on it, calm and slowly. I am shutting down. I am shutting down. I'm shutting down. One thing I don't want you to do is, I don't want you to see the time. Okay, when you're about to sleep, don't see the time. In the sense that, say you are twisting and turning like as normal, and it's 5 minutes. You've been 5 minutes on the pillow. If you check the time, you're like, oh my god, your mind is gonna generate some cortisol, bro. Your brain is gonna signal to your adrenals to release some cortisol. Your sympathetic nervous system is gonna get activated, and you're gonna be alert. Then you're gonna twist and turn and have insomnia. So don't do that. Okay. And at the same time, I don't want you to obsess over bad sleep and not getting enough sleep, like the fear of being in bed and not getting enough sleep. I've been there, bro. There were nights back when I was younger when I was so afraid of sleep. I was so afraid of sleep. Okay, I'd go to bed, twist and turn. I'm like, what? I haven't slept. No. Just panicking. Now, bro, within 5 minutes, I'm on my pillow, knocked out, and I wake up relatively feeling fresh. So that's the mindset part of it as well. Now, the final step, okay? The final step, and this is the sum up of everything, the grand of everything, okay? And I think this is one of the longest videos I made, okay? The final step. Are you ready for step 10? Are you ready for step 10? Wouldn't you love it if one stranger came up to you and said, hey, how's your focusing ability lately? Is it good? How's your sleep lately? Is everything good? Your focus okay? Is this okay? Imagine if you had someone to ask you those questions. Right now you don't. Right now you're like that one autist in the room who's talking about all this science stuff and no one is understanding you. Well, if you want the chances of you meeting someone just like you, okay, just like you, who's obsessed over their brain power and their brain points and stuff, click the subscribe button, as this increases the chance that you will meet someone just like you. That's how you improve your sleep. For focus. Over and out.